People are able to read this stuff. Okay. So yeah, 100 grams of protein, and you could maybe even do 150 grams. Somewhere around that level is what you would want to do for your protein content. Okay? And the high fat, you want to be doing at least 100 grams, 150 grams of fat as well. So generally, I'm pretty good, 6'3", 200 pounds. Well, at least I've lost weight. I was up at 230 pounds, and I was able to lose the rest of the weight once I started doing the ketogenic diet. But generally, I do consume about 100 grams of protein a day. And then with the fat, I'm generally doing at least 100 grams or 200. Somewhere between 100 and 200 grams of fat is what I do a day. And you can get all this in. I'm going to show you how to do it, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and how to get all of that in, okay? It's really actually pretty easy, and you can eat really good meals that almost everybody wants to eat, okay? And that everybody finds nutritious and satiating and really good foods. So like for breakfast, and this is just an example, okay? You can switch this stuff up. You can do it however you want. This is just in general how I eat. And a lot of times, because I kind of get in the habit of doing the same thing, I'll a lot of times be eating the same thing, usually for breakfast. Lunch and dinner, I a lot of times switch it up and go back and forth between different things. But in general, this is how I would eat in a day. So like for breakfast, I'm going to have somewhere around 4 to 5 eggs, couple strips of bacon, sour cream. Spinach is a great vegetable because it's a low carb, and you can use that, or broccoli. It's low carb as well. And then maybe add some avocado into that, so you're getting some good fats, and you're getting the fat from the bacon, you're getting fat from the eggs. So that right there is going to give you probably somewhere around 50 grams of fat just between the bacon, the eggs, and the avocado. So, and with the bacon grease, the lard that comes out of that, you can continue to use that to cook in, and you know, you can use it over and over, and that, because when you cook that, you are losing some of the fat in the pan, but you just continue to use to cook in that. Like, I'll cook my bacon first, all the lard comes out, and then I put my eggs in after that, and the eggs generally soak all that up, so I'm still getting all of the fat. Okay, the fat's not going to hurt you. The fat's not going to hurt you as long as you're doing low carb, as long as you're staying under the 25 to 50 grams of carbs a day, maybe even less, if you feel okay and you don't need it. A lot of days I might only have like 10 carbs, you know, because I do eat sour cream. You're getting a tiny amount in that, but it's really low, okay? And you get a little bit in the broccoli or the spinach, but it's not much, okay? And then something that you can add in that I'll do through the day before I leave out of the house to go to work or whatever I'm doing, I'll generally make a coffee or a tea, and then I add stevia for sweetener because it doesn't have any carbs in it. It doesn't elevate your glucose levels or anything like that in your body. So it's a good natural sweetener that doesn't have any carbs, and you can still sweeten up your drinks. And you can mix the butter, okay? You get you some butter, okay? They sell this at any of the stores. Kerrygold butter, okay? It's really decent butter you can get. And 1 tablespoon of this is 12 grams of fat, okay? And then you can also go with some kind of a coconut oil like this. You know, it's got 14 grams of fat in 1 tablespoon. Okay? And that's all you do. You do a tablespoon of each. You put a tablespoon of butter in, tablespoon of coconut oil, blend that up in your coffee or your tea, and there you go. You've got another 30 grams almost of fat that you can consume through the day. And that's just going to help you get that fat content up, that fat gram amount up so that you can meet the level that you need, and the more the fat that you eat, your body's using that fat as energy, okay? So that's why you want to get the fat in, because right, you're switching over from the carbohydrates to the fats, because that's what your body is using as energy, basically, to make the ketone bodies as energy. It's using fat. So for lunch, you get some fatty ground beef, okay? Some cheese, some broccoli, some cottage cheese, all right? And like I said, that's maybe in like a half cup of cottage cheese, you've got like maybe like 5 grams of carbohydrates. And it actually has a really good amount of protein in it. And salmon for dinner, okay? Some good salmon. It's really good in fat. It has a lot of micronutrients, a lot of really good nutrition in that, a lot of vitamins and stuff in fish. So it's really great to consume. Green beans, another vegetable you can use that's low in carbs. Kefir milk, okay? Milk, you don't want to drink a whole lot of milk. I drink raw milk, and I turn it into kefir. And milk has something called lactose in it, which basically when you drink that, it's basically like sugar. So you don't want to consume too much milk, because that does have the sugar and the carbs. You can still drink it, you just have to, look at what it is and keep that under your amount of carbs for the day. But with the kefir, the reason I make that is it's basically like it's fermented milk, and when you make that, it eats the lactose up, so there is no more, really virtually no carbs left in the kefir in the milk. So I can still drink it and I still get all the protein, I still get the fat and all of the goody good stuff that I need. And then just, for dinner you can have steak, right? And or chicken, right? Because chicken is less in fat, it has lower fat content in it, but you can still eat that. Now, that's just kind of what you can do. That's basically a keto type of plan there, of meal eating. That is really close. This is really what I would generally eat. So some other tips here, if you want to get lower cost meat, like you go and get some grass-fed meat from a local farm. And that's what I did, and I've saved quite a bit of money, because generally I like to eat the grass-fed. I mean, you can eat whatever you want, but the grass-fed meat, the fat in it does have a better omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, and that does make a difference in just the fat quality, and it's just healthier for you, because that's the natural diet of the animal, and whatever's the natural diet of an animal, just like a human, the animal's going to be healthier. So if you're consuming the animal, it's obviously going to be better for you. So I go with the grass-fed with almost all of the meat I get, unless I can't find it for some reason, but I always am able to find it. But if you get it from like a local farm, you can generally get it for somewhere, like if you buy like a half of a cow, you can get it for like $4 a pound. The entire quantity, you're paying like $4 a pound for like that 1,000 pounds of meat, which makes up steaks and hamburger and whatever you want from, when you get it, you tell them if you've never done it before. But that's what I was able to do, and I got it for like $4 a pound. So generally, if you're buying hamburger, especially grass-fed, you're paying usually around $5 to $6 a pound. And then if you're buying like steaks and those type of cuts, you're generally paying even more. So it saves you a lot of money if you buy it like that. Okay, so that's what I do, because I'm all about trying to save money. It's more convenient. I can stock my freezer full of it, and it's just there. I don't have to be going to the grocery store all the time to get meat, because I am consuming a lot more now that I'm on this kind of diet. And then, go out and kill your own animals too. Right now, where I'm at, it's deer season, where you can go out and you can hunt deer. So that's a great source of natural protein, natural fat, and it's going to save you a lot of money. So those are just things you can do. And I think I've covered everything Another great thing you can add in is bone broth. I make that. It's, you know, really good in fat and has a lot of other great stuff in it, minerals. So I would do this, if you're going to do this for about 10 to 12 weeks, okay? And you're going to lose weight if you stick to it and you do this and you keep the carbs low and you consume the fat and you stay to it strict and do it the best you can, you are going to lose weight. You know, I would say in 10 to 12 weeks you're probably going to lose somewhere around 15 to 20 pounds. At least that. If you're going to the gym, you're working out, you're going to lose even more. And generally, like, I found that when I would go to the gym, I didn't have to work out as intense to drop the weight. Because until I went on this diet, I basically was locked at a weight that I couldn't lose any more weight eating the way I was eating before. And that was around about 215 pounds. So once I went on this ketogenic diet, I was able to lose the other 15, 20 pounds that I wanted to lose. And really it was all just about eating. And I only had to go to the gym, because I do like to go to the gym. I like to work out, just keep myself healthy, keep myself at that higher stamina. So I generally only work out now a couple times a week. And this diet just, for me, has helped me in that, and it keeps me at the weight I want to be at. So it's really amazing. So 10 to 12 weeks, do it. You know, you can put a day in there. Maybe you're getting tired of eating all of this kind of food and you want to eat some pizza or something. Just take a day where you just eat those things. Don't try, if you are going to eat carbs, don't try to eat a bunch of fat that day, okay? Because you don't really want to mix it up together. So if you're going to eat pizzas and high carb and all that, just have a day where you just decide, okay, I think I'm going to have some higher carbs today, and just eat that stuff. And then, you know, the next day you can go back to the diet. Okay, generally that's not going to affect you too much unless you're doing it like every single week. But, you know, you can do that maybe every few weeks. Have a day where you kind of eat those foods that you miss and have a little more. So, but then there's other things too. If you want chocolate and stuff like that, there is something that you can get. It's, I'm trying to think of the name. It's called cacao. Cacao, you can find that. They sell it in like candy bars. And those are generally lower, so if you're having like a sweet tooth craving, that's something that you can go after, and it's got way lower carbs and sugar than just regular Hershey's chocolate or something like that, because they really don't put much sugar extra in it. It's just a flavoring from that bean, the cacao bean, which it's basically chocolate. So something you can look up at the store. Alright, I've gone long enough here. Thanks for watching. And hope this really helped you out, and try it out. Don't give up. You'll lose the weight. It'll be great for you. Bye bye. God bless.